Hey everybody, BB with BB's RNY Journey here. I am 16 weeks out tomorrow. So I'm just at the 4-month mark. I am down 68 pounds since surgery and 89 pounds overall. So I like to look at the overall because I worked hard for that first bit before surgery. Things are going pretty well. I'm eating pretty normally. I still try to stay away from bread, pasta, things like that. I do have things like Triscuits, wheat thins, things that are whole grain. I've started to put a little bit of that back into my diet, and I noticed that when I did, I started losing a little weight just a little bit faster again. I've never really stalled, but I did slow down for a little while there. So, I might go a day or two without really the scale moving, or it fluctuates between a couple pounds and then it jumps back down. I am at 211 pounds as of this morning. So that's exciting because I weigh less than my husband for the first time since we've met. And that's been 13 years. I've never weighed less than my husband. So I like that. I am pretty happy with my weight loss. I'm pretty happy where I am right now. If I didn't lose any more weight, I think I'd be okay with it. But of course, I'm not done losing weight. As far as food goes, I'm doing well. Red meat is still difficult, but I still try. I find that if it's a stringier, like a roast or Italian beef or something like that I make, if I chop it, I handle it much better as opposed to just it shredded. So I think I'm going to try that with chicken as well, because chicken I've had a hard time also. And I think it's just the texture of it and the difference between it being stringy and already chopped up, because that gets you halfway to having it chewed to a complete oblivion. I'm doing very well with eating slow and knowing if I'm full by my sniffy. But this time of the year, I'm kind of sniffy all the time. So I can eye my food and see. Today I did bring my lunch, and I actually packed a lunch. I brought a very small handful of plain walnuts and one cheese stick, little pieces of smoked sausage that was in sauerkraut. I didn't bring the sauerkraut. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me when I made it the other day. So I just brought the sausage. And then I also julienned some carrots because I really like raw carrots, and my stomach's doing well with vegetables, and so I make room for it in my diet. On days when I focus more on vegetables, like today I'm really wanting it, I'll have a protein shake. Right now I've got my iced decaf coffee, which I put a cup of Fairlife lactose-free milk in. I'm not lactose intolerant or anything, but I do find that I like the Fairlife better than I like regular milk. I don't know why. It feels creamier to me, and it just tastes good. So that's what I've switched to just for those reasons. I have no problems drinking regular milk. I've just never been a milk drinker. Let's see, last week went to a award ceremony and had a great time. Didn't run out of energy all night. Now I was sore because it was more activity than I'm used to, so I was sore when I was done. But I didn't break out into a sweat. I didn't feel gross. I wasn't in agony until I got home, and then once I settled in, my body hurt, and that was just due to lack of activity. I've been hit or miss on going to the gym. I don't know. It's cold out. I don't like that. Leaving my warm house is really hard. But this Saturday, my gym is giving a girls' day where we go in and it's free to members and I'm a member. They teach us how to use everything so that we're more confident at the gym. So I'm going to go to that and hopefully get myself motivated to go more. I still don't have a ton of loose skin. I mean, I've got a little bit. There's a little here, but I'm pretty strong. I'm still wearing 18s and 16s. So even though my weight is going down, my size isn't really adjusting too much, but my clothes are getting baggier. And that's okay because I don't have a lot of smaller clothes right now. So I'm kind of enjoying being in this extra large size. I'm comfortable where I'm at. You know, I'm not the largest person in the room. I'm not the smallest. I'm okay. I haven't had any complications lately. Like, I haven't been sick. I haven't had foods that have upset me. I've done really well. So when you're struggling, if you're new to this and you're having issues, it does get better. At least it did for me. Just keep trying things again. Like, if they don't settle at 6 weeks, try again in 10. I still can't do hard-boiled eggs, and I just haven't tried them since. They don't taste as good as they did pre-surgery. Pre-surgery, I loved boiled eggs and could eat them all the time. It just isn't the same now. I did buy a loaf of whole wheat bread. Haven't opened it. I don't know. It's just, I don't miss it as much as you would think I would. I used to eat bread multiple times a day, every day. And, you know, the garlic bread with the pasta and the cornbread with the starch. And now I've just kind of left all that behind. I have potatoes every now and then, but it's not much. It's like a couple cubes. It's just more for the flavor, and because we're still people who eat, who enjoy food, who have celebrations, and, you know, there's a difference in eating to eat and eating because it's appropriate. And I do find myself occasionally slipping into habits of mindlessness. Popcorn is a trigger for me, so I think I got to get rid of the popcorn. It's a bad trigger for me. I can eat. It's a slider food. It doesn't fill you up, so I can easily eat like 2 cups. And while that doesn't sound like much, and compared to what it was before, it isn't. But it's not a habit that I need. So it's just time for me to get rid of that. And I've done birthday parties and I've done celebrations, and there's no urge for cake. We went out for dinner last night and I had the most unhealthy food I've had since surgery. I had every intention of ordering well, and I did. I ordered soup. And it came to the table and it was full of rice. And I am absolutely not cleared for rice. And I'm not going to risk that. Rice expands in your belly. So if you overeat on rice, you're going to be miserable. So I'm just not willing to risk that at this time. So as soon as I looked at it, I looked at my husband, I said, I can't eat this. I said, it's got rice in it and it scares the shit out of me. So he goes, that's fine, I'll eat it. And you know, I always have 2 of my husband's French fries. That's what I do. I have 2 of his French fries every time we go out to eat. It doesn't upset my stomach. It doesn't bother me. 2 is that's what I want. I want 2 French fries. So he gives me 2 of his French fries and I munch on those. And we also had jalapeno poppers at the table. And they were stuffed with cream cheese, but they were fried. They were deep fried and breaded. And I did have 2 of those. I was full. I wasn't sick, but I was full. So that was my dinner. 2 French fries and 2 jalapeno poppers. Unhealthy? Yes. Was it good? Absolutely. Am I going to do those kind of things occasionally? Yep. You probably will too. There's no sense in beating ourselves up over it. It's life. This is 95% of the time I'm choosing the right things to do. And if I choose the wrong things, it is mindful. I track it. I know I did it. I move on. Today it's carrots and sausage and protein and fluids. Did I lose weight overnight? I absolutely did. I lost a pound overnight. So sometimes eating something outside of your norm can encourage your body to say, I don't need to hold on to this because they are giving me the fat that my body's looking for, and it'll release it. That's the only excuse I can come up with, because I've heard other people say, I had a cheat meal and I lost 5 pounds. Well, yeah, if you're constantly not giving your body any fat and you're constantly depriving it of whatever it's used to, it's going to hold on to your fat, and it's going to hold on to it because it thinks you're not going to give it to it anymore. So when you do, you might lose a pound. I'm not a medical professional. This is just my experience on my surgery and what I do. And if it helps somebody, great. And if you decide not to do what I do, that's great too. Everybody does it their own way, and there's no judgment here. So weight is good, measurements are good, stomach is, I don't know, it's never going to be a bikini body, and that's okay too. I will be quite happy hanging out in my pool next summer in a one piece or in a momkini. I don't care. All I care about is that I'm feeling good. I feel healthy. The surgery worked for me. I'm having very few problems, and I have energy. So for all those things, I'm super grateful to my doctor and to myself for doing this journey. My husband has been great through it. He gets a kick out of it when I send him a picture on the scale and be like, I weigh less than you. He gets a kick out of it, and he's super supportive, so I couldn't ask for better there. My friends are supportive, and to the people who aren't, screw you. You don't matter in my life. I didn't ask your opinion before I had surgery. I'm really not asking your opinion now. So that's where I'm at with that. But I just wanted to do a quick update and tell everybody how I'm doing. If you are starting this journey, go back to the beginning. I see the difference in my videos. And I am not perfect. I still have this. I'm probably always going to have this. But it is what it is. Ultimately, my goal was to feel better, and I do. So I'm happy with that. If you're new to this, start at the beginning, watch the videos, or watch it right before you get to certain points, because I try to cover all the stuff I go through. Since surgery, I've gotten a lot of messages from personal friends that say, hey, I'm kind of going through this myself, thinking about doing it. What's your opinion? And I'm like, watch the YouTube videos. Watch all that you can find, not just mine. Find many, because everybody goes through it different. It puts you in a better space mentally when you have the surgery, if you know everything that others have gone through. Like, I haven't been really surprised by anything other than I was surprised to find out about slider foods. They don't bother you. They go down really easy. They taste good. It's all the crap we shouldn't have. So it still takes willpower, because to have a piece of steak or to have some chips, the steak is much harder to digest. The steak takes more work. The steak is heavy, and the steak is your protein. The steak is what we need. The chips, they're really light. You can eat a ton of them. They're not going to bother you. Probably won't get sick at all. You can flush them right through your body. No big deal. Absolutely no nutritional value. So if you have them, and for me, there's room in my life to have a few chips. I cannot have popcorn because popcorn is a definite trigger for me. But the chips, yeah, no problem. I can have a few and let it go. A couple sugar-free cookies, I can do that, let it go, no big deal. But there's no nutritional value. So know that going in, that you need to make sure that you're eating the stuff that's harder. That's how you train your stomach to grow up. You know, it's the pouch is like a little baby, and you start with baby food. You start with liquids. You start with, very thin pureed food. And then you move on. You graduate to the next stage. If you do not train your stomach to accept real foods, you're never going to eat well. And if you don't eat well, you're going to be miserable when you try. So I highly suggest that you just keep trying, and you go so slow. And if you have 3 bites of a steak and you're done, hey, you had 3 bites of a steak. Did it taste good? Was it great? Did you enjoy it? Then you're done. Okay. Then you go back and you have a protein shake to add more protein to your diet. But you keep trying to have those items. Chili was a great trainer tool for me, and I still love chili. I could eat chili every day. It really goes down well for me. So I suggest you try beans, you try things that you're not sure of, just to see what's going to do well for you. And enjoy your tool, because I am. Talk to you later, maybe next week. Bye.